Hey, what's going on, Johnny Naders? Today's vlog is, oh my god, it's going to be a rough one. Recently threw up. It reminded me of so many times when I've encountered throw up, and I have so many throw up stories. So today we're going to be sharing 3 stories in a new segment I like to call the Untold Stories of My Life. Each story we're gonna go up and up on this disgusting level because I promise you it gets absolutely horrendous. My first story is when I threw up today because, contrary to popular belief, I did throw up. So a little backstory, I work in our school's cafeteria. I serve lunches and all that, and I do it with my friend. You know what? I'm just gonna put her on blast. I'm doing it with my friend Emma. Yeah, Emma, this is because of you. So me and Emma just got off our shift, and I'm coming out into the lunchroom like I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat. Usually I just get a chicken sandwich because that's where I work and it's just easier. But today I thought I was gonna spice it up a little bit. I was tired of the same old. So we're looking around at all these stations, right? And I'm like, oh, mac and cheese sounds good. Maybe roast beef, perhaps? And Emma, out of the blue, she's like, no, I'm gonna get a burrito. I'm like,
okay, I'll get a burrito too, girl. What up?
So we go and get our burritos, and the lady's like,
What do you want on it?
and I say beef, cheese. And then the lady comes back to me like,
What else do you want on it?
and I'm like, I just look at all the options. First off, I like Takis. I like barbecue sauce. And I like hot Cheetos, okay? So spicy food does not faze me. So I'm like, why don't you add some jalapenos on there with some salsa and lettuce, right? So I take this big burrito back to my table. And at the time, I'm sitting, it was yesterday, what? I sit with like 6, 7 people and I only know like 2 of them. So it's a little awkward, but I'm like, how's everybody's day going? Oh, you're good? That's good. And I open up my burrito, about to take a bite. Thought it was gonna be delish, and oh my god. Whoever we buy our food from, we need to end our subscription right now. Like, no, we gotta cut that off. It was horrible. Those were not jalapenos. Those were Carolina Reapers. Those were ghost peppers. I don't know what they were. Those were not jalapenos. It was by far the spiciest thing I've ever had in my life. So I chew it, obviously. I mean, what else am I supposed to do with it? But, I'm gulping out anything that I can find, waters, juices, whatever. Give them to me because my mouth is on fire. So I run over to Emma and I'm like, boy, what did they just put in my burrito? And she's over there snacking on her own burrito like it's the best thing she's ever had. And I have her hand pick out all of my jalapenos because I'm not about to have another ghost pepper in my sandwich. No, thank you. So I finally take this burrito, jalapeno free, back to my original table and I'm ready to eat. And I take a big bite of this thing. I don't know what she even said, but this random
Woman
says something funny, and I instinctively laugh, but instead of spitting it out, I suck in, and the beef in that burrito I felt touch my uvula. I am not joking. And this beef hits my uvula. What do you think I'm gonna do, like swallow it? No. So this beef and the rest of this burrito come right back up where it started on this damn table. I am paralyzed. I cannot move. I am so weak. If a doctor were to run a scan on my body, they would find 0 oxygen in my lung because I was laughing so hard. Tears are running down my face into my soggy burrito. I need to be rushed to the ER. No one freaking cares. Everybody's laughing at me. Throw up is oozing off the table. It was just
darn
a mess. But that's what sparked these other stories. So we'll start with this story that I had in kindergarten. So we was in story time, right? So I'm on the floor trying to listen to my teacher's story, and there's this
woman
in the back all moaning it like, and I'm like,
Hello? Like, do you want her to finish her story or like what? Like,
and then like story's over. I couldn't hear half of it. You know, story's over, we go back to our desk, you know, it's fine, whatever. I can't remember if she sat behind me or next to me, but she definitely sat close to me because I heard
all that.
dang moaning. The entire class period, she had her hands on her stomach, like. And the whole time I'm trying to restrain myself, cause can she shut up? Like, for real, like, I'm just trying to know. I even said to her, I was like,
Are you okay, or?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure you don't want to just, like, go to the nurse?
No, I'm fine.
I mean, you don't sound...
You know what? I'm actually fine. So thank you though, but I'm fine. Okay? Thank you. Oh, God!
so the bell rings for recess, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And usually we all stand up when we follow each other out to the door, but she didn't stand up when our row was called. But I'm like, okay, bye, don't need you. So I walk on ahead. And of course, all I hear is these bubbles like we in a swamp. Next thing I know, I'm getting a shower. It's not just a blah, it's a pff. She has her hands over her mouth like this. Out all breakfast, lunch, and dinner on me. I'm there, shook as
Heck.
Like, whoa.
This is not some 3-4 second thing. This is about 10-15 seconds. And I don't want to turn around and get the full load of her dick. So I'm just there like,
Hello? Like, you gonna stop or what?
she finally stops and I can't even talk about it. The teacher got to get a new shirt. Had to clean off my backpack. It was just such a mess, but I'm not going to spend a second longer on that.
Woman.
The third and final story is probably the grossest thing I've ever experienced in my life. So this girl in my class, I don't know, Parissa? What? Yeah, Parissa. Parissa is in my class, and you know, she's kind of like an outsider. She doesn't really have any friends in that class. I'm like 1, 2, 3 seats behind her, so I don't really ever notice her because people's heads are in the way and I'm kind of at a diagonal, so. But it's a pretty quiet day. I mean, every day is pretty quiet. No one really talks in that class, so we're all minding our own business, taking our notes. You know, I'm in my notebook and I just hear this
Gargling.
those cartoon burps. That's exactly what it sounded like. I'm looking up like, can I get an excuse me or something? And my teacher, he jokes around a lot, so he was like, excuse you? Question mark. But he didn't really look up from the board. And so people were starting to call like Mr. I don't freaking know, in potato. So they're like, Mr. Potato, Mr. Potato. He's like,
What? I'm trying to teach my...
so he turns around like these shocked eyes. And I'm like, what's up? I look. And this, what's her name? Parissa. She throws up, right? And that's bad enough. But she does not throw up this way. She does not throw up this way. She don't even throw up that way. She throw up that way into her lap. Down and oozing off the ground from her chair all over her pants. You know, her head was down like that. She wasn't moving. Thought she might be dead. I'm thinking the teacher thought she was dead too, because he was like,
Parissa, you good or what?
she doesn't respond. She's quiet, you know. I don't think she even has vocal cords, so. Parissa thought she could just go on with her day and no one would notice. So she perks up all ready to take the notes, ready for the next lesson, trying to study for the quiz. I'm like, bro, you have throw up all over you. You really about to sit there and act like nothing happened. And Mr. Potato almost goes back to starting his lesson again, but then he's like,
You should probably go to the nurse.
since she literally hasn't moved, like, hello.
Go, leave, bye, hello.
So Parissa
Does not.
want to leave. She wants to stay, but she got some throw up chunks on her desk. Kind of hard to miss. She does not get a napkin. She does not leave the premises and go to the nurse. She does wipe it off with her hand. And Mr. Potato's like,
No,
Mr. Potato.
the janitor can clean that up. You're fine. Just go to the nurse, take the trash can.
She does not care. She needs these notes for some reason. She gets on all fours, starts mopping up her own throw up.
Oh, God.
It was everywhere. It was on her backpack, it was on her desk, it was on her notebook, everywhere. So she mops up one chunk and calls it a day and gets back in her seats and starts taking the notes. But uh-oh, there's throw-up chunks on your notebook.
Parissa.
Does she A, throw away her notebook, burn it, and find a new one? B, wipe off her notebook with at least a napkin? Or C,
Wipe it off with her hand!
she wipes it off with her hand. Oh my god. Parissa, you're disgusting. Finally, Mr. Potato says,
Yeah, you need to go to the nurse.
so she leaves, but she has chunks
Oh!
all down her leg. She is walking like a dang penguin so that all these chunks don't fly out her dang crevices. She leaves. Finally, it stank so bad. Mr. Potato Head calls the janitor, and we're all just looking at each other like,
So that, like, happened, right? Or...
I hope you guys threw up like I did. If you want to see more story times, comment down below, or don't. 2 people watch this. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below, share, and DM me if you cried. And that's all, Johnny Nators.